Thank you so much, Tyson. And thank you to all of you here at Walnut Hill. You all are supporting church for our ministry. We work on issues related to advancing Judeo-Christian principles and values by strengthening, preserving, and promoting marriage as God designed it, family as God designed it, and the sanctity of human life and religious freedom in our state. We take seriously our ministry with churches, and it is always a delight to be in a church like this on Sunday as we together collectively worship God. And I want to thank the church staff for this opportunity. Walnut Hill holds a special place in our organization's life. First of all, because you've been incredibly encouraging to us, but also because Jenny Maziarka, her husband Jim, Jenny works for us. She does media for us, and so I know she's here, and many of you know her. And then we also have one of the co-founders of our organization. I think many of you would know, Brother Jim Wright, and his wonderful wife Joanne. I don't know if I can see his Jim in the audience this morning. Do I see him here? He might not be, but long-time relationship with him. Joining me today from our organization also is Dave Lingle over here, and he is our Director of Church Relations. And so we are just delighted to be here today. A couple of years ago, as we considered what we want to emphasize in our ministry, we thought that it was very appropriate that we start giving honor to whom honor is due. Not to worship people, not to make more of them than what we should, but to appropriately, from a biblical perspective, recognize people for punching holes in the darkness, like our kids just sang about. I'm doing a whole presentation around the state right now called Punching Holes in the Darkness, being stars in a dark culture, letting people see that there's hope and light in Jesus Christ. And as a part of that reflection and how we would bring appropriate honor, one of the things we decided to do was to recognize pastors who in particular have been exemplary of letting our light shine. And we call this award the John Witherspoon Award. I just want to give you a little bit of background about who John Witherspoon was, so you can see the connection there. Witherspoon was born in 1723 in Scotland and died in 1794 in New Jersey. He was an American minister of the gospel, and as such was the only member of the clergy to sign the Declaration of Independence. He served as president of Princeton University. He came to America at the urging of one of our founding fathers and a leading abolitionist, Benjamin Rush, and also at the urging of the great evangelist, George Whitefield. They urged Witherspoon to move from Scotland, to come to America, to work in what became Princeton University because it was very troubled at that time. Witherspoon supported America's push for liberty, served in Congress representing New Jersey during and after the Revolutionary War, and had great influence on the ratification of the U.S. Constitution. He also, as an educator, was responsible for the education of the next generation of a number of American leaders, including John Adams. In our opinion, your senior pastor, Dave Hutchins, is an incredible example of the type of dedication and understanding, faithful ministry that we see in one of our founding fathers who was a member of the clergy, John Witherspoon. And so it's our distinct honor to today present to Senior Pastor Dave Hutchins this 2017 Wisconsin Family Council John Witherspoon Award. You know, I've watched Brother Hutchins for a number of years now. I've been doing this for going on 21 years. And what we see in him is faithful proclamation of the gospel, an understanding of the critical issues of the day from a biblical perspective, an unfaltering ability and commitment to preaching the truth about those issues, about what God thinks about marriage and how he designed it, and family and life and religious freedom. We believe he is an incredible example of someone who, and this is what we say on the award, contends for the faith and challenges the culture. And so it is with a great deal of respect for, appreciation for, for your dear pastor that we present this award for the 2017 John Witherspoon Award to Pastor Hutchins, who I believe is somewhere in the room here this morning. See, it goes this way. You want to say something before I...
Okay, that's enough. You can sit down now. I just, this is hard to accept because I know how hard Julaine works and what a quality person she is and how she is the advocate that we need in Madison and beyond. So I just want to say, on behalf of this church and everyone here, thank you, David, Julaine, Jenny, and there's Jenny taking my picture. And Jim's behind her. She makes Jim stay 10 steps behind her all the time. But on behalf of this church, thank you for Wisconsin Family Council for the work you do, because it is so important. And thank you for, I think you guys bust the holes, and we'll walk through. How's that? Okay, so thank you. Okay, and this, you guys know I don't do well with clocks, so, but it should help, hopefully.